I'll be taking you through upcoming training events. This is the dedicated training events page that shows all events added on the back end. I have currently added 2 test events to show how events display on the front end once added. As you scroll through, you can see there are 2 different types of test events. One has an image and then the other doesn't have an image. The way it has been created or developed on the back end is when there's an available image for an event, we've provisioned space for it to display on the front end. But if there isn't an image for the event, which is also fine, it shows without the featured image. I'll be taking you through how to add training events based on the provided events. So the first event I'll be adding will be the Victron GX range event. Now, to add a new event, you have to log into the back end. Once logged in, just scroll to the bottom of the dashboard. You'd be able to see training events label with a calendar icon. You can click on the training events PT label to show all training events added. As you can see, these are the 2 test events that I added initially, which shows on the front end. Now, to add a new training event, you just have to click on Add a New Post. Once clicked, it will load the page where you can add the details for the new training event. The first required field is the title of the event. We can go to the provided detail, copy the title of the event, add it here. Now the next thing is the event date. You can see it's on the 15th of April 2025. You can click on the event date field. You are prompted the calendar to select the 25th of April. The next fields are the start time and the end time. With the provided information, it starts at 9 and ends at 12. You can click on here and scroll this to starts at 9 and click done. And then the end time, it shows ends at 12, I believe. Yes. Now, there's a location field, but if there isn't, you can leave that blank. And then we can move to, I think it's a required field, which I will remove. Test. I'll remove it as a required field and add and hide it on the front end if that field is empty. But moving on, you have to select the event type. You can choose other or Victron energy training. As this is Victron energy training, I've selected that. We have to also add the short description, and I would suggest taking the first few information on the description, copy that and add it on the front, on the back end under short description. Now for the full description, you can highlight all the information provided as the description, copy and paste it here. The next bit of information that's required is either its external link or an internal form. If it's an external link, it will take you to, say, for example, the Victron training event RSVP page. So if you say external link, a new field will be open to you to add the link for that specific RSVP. But if it's an internal form, that field hides away. Once that's done, you have the option to select featured image. For this event, as you can see, there isn't a featured image, so I'll leave that blank and then click publish. Once published, it will automatically show on the front end where users will have the option to RSVP. I'll take you to the front end. First, I'll refresh this upcoming training event page for you to see the newly added training event. And as you can see, the newly added training event is showing here as Victron GX range training event with a description, the start time and the end time, as well as the type of event it is, the location, which as mentioned, will be hidden if the field is empty. And it shows the calendar date as well as the date of the event. I would need to, I think it's the 15th. Oh, my mistake. I need to edit this to show that it starts on the 15th of April, actually. Okay, once added, I will refresh the page to show the updated information. Now you can see the updated information showing the 15th of April, 15th of April. Now, this has been built in a way that the next upcoming event will show first. However, as you can see, the next upcoming is the 28th of March, which is passed, but I haven't removed it on the back end, which is why it's still showing. And the 4th of April is the next date. That's why it's also showing here. Once I draft those, navigate into the training events, I will draft these test events, and then I will add another training event, another upcoming training event for the testing purposes. So the next upcoming training event is on the 29th of April. So I will go ahead and click add new event or add new post. I will copy the title of the event, paste it here. I'll select the date, which is on the 29th of April. 29th of April. The start time is 9 to 12 as well. So I'll screw this to 9, say done, and then to 12 p.m. done. I'll leave this as test as well. And then I'll select Victron training event. I'll take the description, the short description, paste it here. I want you to bear in mind that the short description copied here might not always be relevant, so you need to use your discretion when adding the short description. It has to be providing relevant information for the user to be interested or to understand the event to select it, or RSVP. And then I will select internal form. I'll leave the featured image blank as well, and then publish. Bear in mind that the event date for this event is on the 29th of April, therefore the 15th of April event needs to show first. Once refreshed, we should see the effect of the newly added event. So you can see the 15th of April is showing, and then the 29th of April is showing next. Now, the next thing I want to take you through is the RSVP structure. Because we selected on the back end that it's an internal form, users have the option to click RSVP. Once they click on the RSVP, they are taken to this page where they are able to see the full event description. They're able to share the event on socials, and they can see the calendar date. Okay. I will just fix the calendar date, but it will be showing here as well as the location, which should also hide if it's not um, provided. They can select or they can put in their necessary information, provide consent, and then send. That is basically the structure of the upcoming training events for Piri. Thank you.